guys? Welcome back to another episode of Soulja Talk The Podcast. I'm your host, Sergeant McPherson, and on this show we discuss military topics with current and prior service members. Today I have a special guest. I have Staff Sergeant Parker.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Sergeant Parker, kind of introduce yourself to the people, Sergeant.
How y'all doing? I'm a Staff Sergeant Parker, first name Bradford. I've been in the Army for 8 years. I'm from Louisiana, Southeast Louisiana that is. And I'm here with my man, Sergeant McPherson.
Okay, Sergeant, so kind of explain the journey on from what made you make the decision to join the Army.
Yeah. So that's easy, you know. I had about 8 years ago, I had my little boy. And I was going through some rough times back home, you know. And when he was born, you know, me looking at him, I wasn't doing the right things, you know. So in order for me to change that lifestyle, I had to make a drastic change, and that drastic change was the Army. Thankfully, it worked out. I've been a short tenure in the Army, so for 8 years, but those 8 years have been very successful. I've met a plethora of successful people. I've been around numerous organizations within those 8 years, and it's just been a ball. You know, 8 years. I'm looking to do 20. Trying not to do a day over 20 if not possible. We all know how that goes in the Army. But yeah, that's really what made me join 8 years ago was my son. My son being born and wanting to do something different for him, want to give him a different opportunity than I had.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Sergeant, you originally came in as a 92 Yankee, right?
I did. Originally came in as a 92 Yankee, E1, fuzzy, not knowing nothing.
So, what positions have you held as a 92 Yankee?
So from the very beginning, my first unit was at Fort Drum, New York. I was part of the 110 Attack Reconnaissance Battalion. And what that is, that's an Apache battalion, which is a helicopter, a gunship. And I was a supply clerk within that unit. As 92 Yankees, we know we could show up to a unit day one and have that responsibility of being that supply sergeant. In this case, it wasn't that case for me. I fell up underneath a very successful staff sergeant, Staff Sergeant Tosta, and she showed me the rope. She threw me to the lines immediately, rightfully so. I showed up as a fuzzy. As Yankees, we don't leave the schoolhouse promoted unless you come in with a degree or you met the certain criteria to come as an E2 or E3 coming in. So most of the time, you know, different MOSs, you can rank up in AIT because you're in AIT so long. Not us. Our AIT is only 6 months. So like I said, I at first my first assignment was a supply clerk. Immediately after that, my NCO put in her warrant officer packet. Once she put in her warrant officer packet, that left me in charge as a E2, which is a private? Yeah, mm-hmm. Private. And immediately as a private, I'm taking a unit to JRTC.
Okay, so Sergeant, basically, so do you feel like your leadership trained you up in the right way? Like, do you feel like you're efficient in your MOS? Do you feel like you know, like, enough to, like, okay, when you first came in, do you feel like your leadership trained you up the way they're supposed to? That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, absolutely. It was little things, you know, as when you get these new soldiers, you know, and I'm speaking from experience now, when you get these new soldiers, you have to take into consideration that they know nothing. You know, you don't know their cultures they're coming from, the backgrounds they're coming from. So you have to get to know these soldiers and actually see what they know. You know, throw a couple tests at them, you know, and you might offend some of them, but that's not, you gotta let them know that that's not your angle. What you're trying to do is trying to see what you know, trying to see how can you set them up for success? Because at the end of the day, as non-commissioned officers, that's our responsibility as for soldiers, is to set them up for success. Because if they're successful, I'm successful.
So this episode, you guys, was basically informing the other 92 Yankees out there how to properly conduct a lateral transfer. So I'm going to be going through the steps per regulation out of regulation 710-2-1, paragraph 3-18 to inform you guys which, if you don't know how to properly conduct the lateral transfer, because it might be a lot of stuff, not misconceptions and a lot of confusion going on. And I just want to make sure that you guys know exactly how to conduct this lateral transfer per regulation. So the first step is to determine the item to be transferred and make sure the item meets maintenance standards. So you don't want to transfer something to another unit and it's broken or something like that. Just make sure that it's up to 1020 maintenance standards. And that's the first step of the lateral transfer.
Can I say something about that?
You can go ahead.
So, we light in the Army, we know we're in the up tempo all the time. So, it's not always going to be 1020 standards. So, but the right thing to do is to make sure that unit is tracking that, hey, this is what's going on with this Humvee. This is what's going on with this LMG. This is what's going on with these weapons. And make sure they're all on the same page. And that way y'all stay in contact. That way y'all can work through together to fix that. Because essentially it's not your problem anymore, but it was your problem. And you should have been maintaining 1020 standard.
Okay, the next step is that the losing unit prepares the 3161. So if you're the gaining unit, you don't have to worry about preparing no paperwork at all. So don't feel obligated to prepare no paperwork if you're the gaining unit. The next step is to document any shortages you may have. So the shortages, you'll use the shortage index to prove that the shortages are on order.
So hold on, I don't mean to cut you off. Let's back up a little bit. So the gaining unit should look into the technical manual as far as what he's receiving, so he can go over, let his hey commander, hey, this is what we're receiving. So you need to know something about what you're receiving. So just get into that technical manual once you get that notification that you have a lateral transfer that's pending.
Okay. So once you document the shortages and provide the shortage index for the items that's on order, the next step is to get the 3161 approved by the PBO. And if there are shortages, the funds will be transferred to the gaining unit. So this is something that you work out with your PBO. So you do have shortages, just ensure your PBO is transferring those funds to the gaining unit so they can be able to pay for those shortages.
Nah, I've been in 8 years and I have never seen that done.
Really?
It's supposed to be done that way, but I've never seen it done that way. Because like I said, once again, coming back to the up tempo, you got brigade XO, battalion XO, hey, we need to get these lateral transfers done. Not caring that there's a process for it. Knowing as 92 Yankees, we know the process. So like Sergeant McPherson is saying here, that is an actual thing to where the funds should be transferred to the gaining unit for their shortages, or put those shortages on order yourself, and you get that document number, put that document number on that 3161 or that shortage annex, stating that you have these shortages on order, and do the right thing when you get those things in. Hey, Sergeant McPherson, I got those shortages in. As 92 Yankees, we gotta be able to communicate with our other 92 Yankees. We're a team. Once again, I bring it back to, if I'm successful, you successful. Because everybody, when leaders look at 92 Yankees, they look at us as a whole. They say supply guys, logisticians. I can ramble off, man. Let me get you back on, man.
Oh no, you good, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so after the funds has been transferred to the gaining unit, you'll deliver the equipment to the gaining unit, or they can come pick it up. So usually during this step, you'll make sure that you're corresponding with the gaining unit, trying to figure out a time and a date when y'all can meet up or when they can come pick it up. So usually this time is when you'll have all wherever equipment that's being lateral transferred, if it got end items or something like that, you'll make sure the items are laid out, ready for the gaining unit, so they can conduct the inventory on saying, okay, you got this, you got that, and what you don't have, what you're short of. So after, the next step is the gaining unit will sign the 3161 after they conduct the inventory. And then that's when you take that 3161 to your PBO, and that's when your PBO is supposed to assign that 3161 a document number. So after they assign that 3161 a document number, that's when it'll be posted to your property book saying that it's your equipment now. So that's basically that's basically how you can all the steps to conduct a lateral transfer. So if you're the losing unit, you prepare the 3161. Make sure you have the bomb. Make sure you have any shortages that you have. Make sure they annotate it in order for that gaining unit to sign off on that 3161. And that's pretty much it. Then you'll take the losing unit will also take your copy of the 3161 back to your PBO. They'll do the same thing and post the document number, and then they'll take that off your property book, so there's no longer your property. So that's how you probably conduct a lateral transfer in G Army or however in G Army. So you got anything you want to add to that, Sergeant Parker?
None other than just as Yankees, this is one of our bread and butter things, a lateral transfer. This is one of those let's say one of those spreadsheets that comes across the battalion XO and brigade XO's desk that, you know, down to the company, down to the platoon of who needs to do a lateral transfer. So this is that opportunity for that 92 Yankee to get their name across. Hey, Sergeant so-and-so is 100% on all his lateral transfers. And that's a brigade level track item. So as 92 Yankees, we don't get too many opportunities to shine. Other than, you know, if you're a parachutist or if you're going to aerosol school, you know, if you're doing something outside of your realm. But as far as our job, 92 Yankee, that's one of those, conducting all your lateral transfers is one of those bread and butter. It's an easy win for you to get your name across and see that, hey, I'm doing this soldier is doing their job the right way. He knows what he's doing. So yeah, just make sure you stand up on your lateral transfers, because that's an easy way for you to get a smack as well.
So in closing, I would like for you guys to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow the Instagram at the bottom of the screen. If you want to contact Sergeant Parker any type of way, his information will be in the description of this video. And Sergeant Parker, you got any type of advice you want to leave soldiers out there? Anything you want to leave with in closing, Sergeant?
Get out your comfort zone. So just get out your comfort zone. Do something that makes you uncomfortable. And when I say make you uncomfortable, the right thing within your career map. You know, we're competing. You know, don't get me wrong, we're on the same team, but at the end of the day, you're competing with your battle buddies. You know, and there's no time to start when you're privates. You know, iron sharpens iron. You know, I'm not saying that you got to be stabbing your buddy in the back. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is bringing each other up, competing. I see Sergeant McPherson doing something. I wanna beat him. I wanna do that. I wanna be better than him. And I feel as though that'll make him want to be better than me. So at the end of the day, we both chomping at the bit, trying to be better.
Okay, Sergeant Parker, I would like to thank you for this interview.
Yeah.
So, and that's been another episode of Soulja Talk The Podcast, you guys. And I'll see you guys in formation.